Hey, and welcome back to Challenge 6 of our paddle ball scratch program. This challenge is to set a variable slider for the ball speed of the game. What this means is we want the player to be able to use a slider interface to determine the speed of the ball before they start the game. Obviously, the faster the ball, the harder the game will be to play. So to do this, first of all, we need to create a new variable. So like we did for score, we go to make a variable. This time we call it ball speed. Okay, so I've now got this new one here, which has appeared on my screen here. If you notice, it's a 0 value there, and there's no way for the player to actually change that value. But if we right click on it, we can go to slider. Now we have it, so we've got a slider which allows us to adjust the ball speed. Now 100 is going to be way too fast, and 0 would mean it wouldn't move at all. So we can go back in and we can right click on it again, select change slider range, and we can set the minimum value. So 5 is a good slow speed, and maybe let's go for 25 as the maximum value. So now I've got here a slider which allows us to set a value for the ball speed. The thing is at the moment we haven't put this into the program itself. There's no programming, no script for this speed. So at the moment, if we play the game, all you've got is this variable stuck on the screen in the way, and no matter what you do to it, it's not going to change the speed of the ball. So what we need to do is we need to include this variable in a script somewhere. So what we need to do now is include the speed with the ball. So we look at the ball script here, and currently its movement is to move 10 steps repeatedly and keep bouncing off the edges. Now this 10 is the speed. So what we can do instead is take that ball speed variable and put it into there. Now, when we press go, we move that ball out of the way. When we press go, we can now change the ball speed 5 to 25. So if I was to start with 5 and then start the game. Now we still have the problem of the slider is in the way. Plus it means that someone can change the speed during the game, which is a good way of testing to make sure that the speeds are playable speeds. So there we go. You see, that's the ultra slow 5 speed. That's the fast 25. Now, if you wanted to take it faster, you could. That is up to you on the range for the speed. So how do we make it so this vanishes? Well, we want it to appear when we first start the program, like we did with the bricks. So when the green flag is clicked, what we want to do is we want to show the variable. There we go. We've got an actual show variable there, ball speed. Perfect. But then once they press the space bar, we then want it to go away. That way they can't change the speed throughout the game and keep adjusting how fast the ball is going. So now we test it all going. So I'm going to set the speed to 15, which is slightly faster than we had it earlier. And I'm going to press the space bar to start the program. Now notice the slider control has vanished out of the way, allowing us to play the game without changing the speed part way through. So, and there you have it. That's how you can use a slider variable, as well as how to make it show and hide when you need it to. That's it for this challenge. Got one more challenge to go, and that's to set it so that we actually have 3 lives for the player. So I'll see you in challenge 7.